Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Who We Are. Today I have a very special guest with an incredibly inspiring story, Whye Kee with us. Hi Whye Kee.
Hello, Rachel.
Good to meet you personally and good to have you with us. For those of us who may not be as familiar with you and your story, could you give us a brief introduction on who you are?
I was born in a very typical hawker family. Then in my primary school, my parents divorced, and then I stay 8 years primary school, and then first batch of normal tech, and then join gang. After gang, go prison. After prison, turn over new leaf lor.
Yeah, that is a snippet and a summary of the journey that you've had. What was it like, Whye Kee, growing up for you, and especially in your younger days? What was the environment like when you were growing up?
I think because my parents were hawker and they are usually out during the daytime, so which left my sister and I at home. And hawker, they earn fast cash every day,
Yeah.
so they like to gamble. So sometimes my house become a like genting like that. It's not just genting, it's not just casino, but there's a lot of people smoking. There's a lot of like very crowdy in the
And you
house.
live in an HDB flat?
Yeah, in the HDB flat. So there a lot of market uncle where you say, hey, this one chicken rice one, and then all they smoking, gamble.
So you witnessed all of that and you
Yeah,
lived
during
with
my
that.
childhood.
Wow.
So then after that, my parents start to quarrel over money. Then my dad, he's not a good gambler, so he always lost money. And then start to borrow from loan shark. And that's where they start to divorce. Yeah. So every time the loan shark come, my father always like already know, so he always run to Malaysia. So got one period of time he was selling duck rice at JB. So during our school holiday, we will go there and help him. Yeah.
And so, living with your dad, especially when you were younger, when the loan sharks, came to visit your home, what was that like?
The scary as a kid. When the loan shark come, they always knock very hard. Akim mutubo, that kind of like.
Yeah,
So
shouting and
my mother would always grab my sister and me to the bedroom, turn off the light, use blanket to cover us, ask us, shh, don't talk, don't let them know that we are at home. So I grew up in that kind of drama scenario. Initially I was very scared, but when I join gang, then I start to hate loan shark. Then whenever I see them, I just, although they are part of gang, still whack them because it's personal.
It's personal.
Yeah.
Growing up, especially, you were exposed to violence at such a young age. And growing up in your family situation, how do you think that also influenced the decisions that you made as a teenager?
I think as a teenager, I grew up witnessing all these problem solving solution. It's either we shout very loud, or we run away, or we fight. So when we go out as teenagers, whenever we face problem, we'll use the same
Yeah.
solution. So if not happy, fight. If cannot fight, then run.
So what led you to join gang? And how old were you when you joined the gang?
Oh, that one is just very, very suay, very unlucky that I was made to stay back primary school for 8 years. I don't want to blame my parents, but because they divorced, and then I kind of lack of attention at home, so I cannot focus on study, and then I fail my primary three.
PSLE. Oh.
My PSLE damn jialat, 143 I think. So we stay 8 years in primary school, and then after 8 years, we happened to be the first batch of normal technical students in Singapore. See, the thing is that, before we go to secondary school, all of us have dreams. Become doctors, pilot, president, all these atas position, so we can have a lot of money, a lot of power. But the thing is that once we are in normal tech, there's no more hope. Because after normal tech, it's ITE. And after IT, the guys have to go army. And that's it. How? Let's face the facts. Even we go IT, graduate, then what can you do? Technician, senior technician for the next 20 years. Doesn't make any sense also. But so, with my kind of habit, a bit attention seeking, because we don't have attention at home, right?
Neglected at home.
So it tends to walk and talk a bit louder than normal people. So during my Set 1 orientation, we were still wearing primary school shirt, Then, of course, we are very curious, what? We walk, we look around, new school, new environment, what? I saw a group of boys down there. Then I just glanced through. Then for the next 5 minutes, I was in toilet, whacked by them. Then they were saying,
And were they older than you?
they have Set 1, Set 3, and Set 4.
Okay.
Yeah. The reason why they whacked me because I look at them. So that's how I got my first encounter. So after that, in secondary Sec 2, I was beaten out twice in a day because I don't want to give protection money
To the gangs.
to the gang. Yeah. So one fine afternoon during class, one of the other upper secondary came and say, Vice Principal want to see Whye Kee. Then I follow them to the basketball court, and then there were 20 people whack me.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the school compound.
In the school compound. So after that, a month later, I was beaten up by them again outside the school, 8 people, and then inside the school, 30 over people.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you feel in the midst of all of that, being beaten up? What were you saying to yourself?
I think I hate the school. I hate the police.
For not protecting you?
You see, they're quite single-minded, police at the point of time, from my personal view.
Yeah, from your experience back then, years ago.
So there was a fight, and then of course the teacher will call police, and police will come and intervene, and then we all go to police post. There's no victim or attacker. Everybody is fight. Yeah. So it's a crime. No matter what I say, no use. And our school uniform was white color. Every time we fight, I had to buy new school uniform, and
Because of all the
my
blood
parents
and all
don't
that.
have money. Yeah. So at school kena whack, go home also kena whack. And then so after the police post, then the policeman say we have to go back to report every day after school. It's not
All of
us.
even though you got beaten up,
Yeah.
and even those that beat you up also
And it's not my fault.
had to go
I
through that
was the one
same
who
punishment.
got beaten up. So every day after school, I have to go there to clean up the fish tank, clean up their. So
you were very angry inside.
yeah, the teacher don't how to say they don't know who is the victim, who is the attacker,
Yeah.
and then the police also do the same thing. So after 3 days of cleaning out the police post, I got angry, and I start to create a bit trouble lah. So when I clean out a fish tank, accidentally the fish tank slip on the floor, crash in the grass. Yeah.
So when did you become a gang leader? And how did you become a gang leader?
I think join gang first. I also make a very wrong decision. It's wrong decision all the way lah. So we joined line dance during secondary school, and then so we kena beaten up from Set 1 to Set 3. So during secondary 3, there's all this 光中元会, all this 7 Lunar Month Gold Festival. So they invite a lot of line dance, go there and perform. So we happened to go to one of the 7 month, which 50% of the 7 month Lunar Month is all gang dinner. What? Then we were approached by the gang leader down there. Say, why not join our gang? Yeah, so why not? We were beaten up for so many years already. Why not join it?
So what enticed you to join was that someone would take care of you.
So you can wear back.
Right. You have more firepower to whack back.
Too much. I think too much anger inside me. It's like everything is so unfair. Yeah.
Misunderstood. No one bothers to, understand you.
Yeah. Unjust, everything. Yeah. So we say, okay, we join. And then happened to be the guy who recruited us, the gang leader. So our rank automatically a bit
Promoted.
higher than most member. So right after we joined the gang, so next day is chaotic already.
How was it like?
So every day recess time. Before that, every day after school, the upper primary usually will pick on us, say today after school all meet outside void deck, and we start to fight one on one, one to one. It's not a fair fight actually, because just a few of us normal tech students, and then they got 10 or 20 of them. How can we win? Even if we win, the West will just like hyena and attack us. Yeah. So after when we were set 3, and then they were like set 4 and level already, then we don't care already. So after we join gang, every day we set time, ask them come out.
Wow.
Technical block and just fight. So our time just, even we are in the same gang, it doesn't matter. Because one-to-one doesn't have to be different gang.
How did, back then, especially in your teenage years, how did being in a part of a gang make you feel as a person?
I have happier, bigger family, more friends, more brothers.
You feel a deep sense, supreme,
Yeah.
And you feel a deep sense of belonging.
And them cool. Yeah. Because recess time we can always just walk out to the coffee shop outside our school and smoke, eat at the coffee shop, and after that we come back every recess time.
How do you become a gang leader?
I think because I like to fight, not because I like to fight, because I want people to pay back. Yeah, so I fight a lot, and then when you fight a lot, other students will see, and then they want to, of course, they want to be part of this legend. And then just happened to be 1997 economic crisis.
Yeah.
So a lot of Asia economic crisis, a lot of parents lost their job in the electronic industrial. They can't pay their bills. Then the same thing happened to them, similar to mine.
Neglected children.
Don't have attention at home. So gang is the best solution at that point of time. Yeah.
So you started to recruit.
So you recruit one, the one will recruit 2, and then you recruit this school, the school will start to recruit. So the whole west side, 5 school, few hundred students.
So what was your role and responsibility as a gang leader?
See, the thing about gang is there's always an opposition. In order to create the hero, when you play game hero, there's enemy there, so we create. So the elderly at time will tell us, oh, this one last time kill our people or murder our people. So wherever we see them, we whack them. But when we move to leadership, management level, it's different. We cannot afford to fight anymore, because it will reduce the profit of the company. Yeah. So when there's fight, there will be hospital bill, and there will be people running to Thailand or JB.
Just to escape.
Yeah. So we need to pay them. Then we need to pay their family. Yeah,
so it doesn't make sense for your company or your gang.
Yeah. So gang is different ideology already. when you become management level, it doesn't make sense to me anymore. And every things that happen, of course we want to fight for our brothers, what? But the senior council, the senior elderly, the board members will say, no, we try to settle it because we have business with them, we do this. And so I start to again hate. I think hate or blame is the most easy way. Yeah, because what can happen? Fight only what? If you not happy, just fight. Yeah. So I start to whack elderly also.
Within your own gang?
Yeah.
Because you didn't agree with them?
Because they are very arrogant. They think they are senior. We have to listen to them. But the thing is that we have been with our brothers fighting together for so many years. And then all of a sudden this elder uncle Ape say, don't fight, cannot. It's not,
Yeah.
don't think of your brother now, it's for the company now. It doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different mindset
So it
that
just
you
whack
could not
only,
understand. Yeah. And what happened after that? Like, how long were you a gang leader for?
Less than a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. After that, I was caught detained without trial
You were,
at 18 years old.
if you could go back and rewind time, would you do anything differently? Or could you do anything differently?
Is there a better alternative at that point of time? I don't think so. Because as I said, normal tech, what future do we have? The one of the main reason why we ended up in normal technical stream is because we can't afford tuition. Or rather our parents can't afford tuition. And you join a gang if for example there's gambling dam everywhere. Every gambling, so we keep watch for them, for police, every day we get $50 to $100 cash. Why not?
Yeah. So that was also a means for survival for you.
So there's so many illegal betting.
Yeah.
At that point of time was VCD, pirated CD.
Yeah. So many different streams of revenue or income.
A lot, huge.
Yeah.
And it's cash.
Yeah.
So we have all this money, Abing, we like to show off. So we buy a lot of Versace, Hunting World, and even so big, scared people don't know that we wear branded, that kind of thing. Yeah, so in order to keep that image, we need more cash. So we do more business.
Yeah. And what happened after that year? You were a gang leader, and then after that you were not a gang leader, but you were still a part of the gang.
No, that year I was caught. So automatically, I was detained without trial for quite a few years. I think detained without trial is, although I deserve it, I recruit so many people, my own future get ruined.
Yeah.
Their future also. Yeah. But I think it's not so fair, to my family. My mothers, when my mother, my father, my sister, when they come to visit me, they don't even know why I was caught and why there's no court, why I cannot hire
No
lawyer,
trial, no lawyer.
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no release date.
No release date.
Yeah, imagine you have a kid and they just catch your kid and throw away the key.
Wow. Yeah. How old were you then?
18 years old.
18 years old.
18 years old.
And straight to Singapore Changi Prison.
Tanah Merah prison, the maximum security prison.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was life like in prison?
Animal kingdom. It's like putting cat, dogs, rat, all kind of animal in a
contained space.
In a contained place. What will happen?
Fight.
Yeah.
Riot.
The reason why we ended up in prison is because we cannot think. We cannot think for others. So everything is just animal. We do a lot of, there's a lot of stupid thing that happen in prison that damn stupid one. For example, one of the we live in 3 people in the cell. So one of them bathing, whistling, another one sitting down there singing song. So the guy bathing, whistling is a form of release, right?
Yeah.
But the guy who's singing the song at the floor find trouble with the guy whispering because he said, if you found that my singing is no good, just tell me directly. Why you need to whisper? And then they fight. And so what is all these small
trigger?
Yeah. And then some like OCD one, damn clean one, use toothbrush to clean toilet bowl. So there's one curly hair, say, hey, this one yours one, can you pick it up? Confirm is ours, what? Because he shaved everything, what? And then fight. Because of one hair. Yeah, so every day we face all this kind of thing. It's not that we don't like to fight, it's so tired to fight. Why we cannot just settle, sit down and talk, let's pick up the hair.
Yeah.
No such thing.
No such thing.
Fight. If you
The
don't
first
fight,
instinct is to fight.
yeah, those windows never mind. If you don't fight, you're a coward.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
That's prison life.
so how long were you in prison for when you were 18 years old?
For 4 years.
For 4 years.
Yeah.
Then what happened after that?
So during the third and the fourth year, everyone who go in prison for first time will want to change what? Especially when the first time our parents come and visit us. All this thick acrylic glass.
Yeah.
And then we cannot touch, so we put our hand on it. I say, I swear I won't do this again. So I decide I want to turn over a new leaf. So I pick up Whye 2, Whye 3, which is the secondary 2, secondary 3, maths and English. And then after that, I went to N level inside prison. I got a better result, like 11 points for 5 subjects.
Amazing.
I thought amazing also, but
Yeah.
After I released from that prison,
Yeah. After 4 years.
yeah, so we still have like 1 to 3 years tagging.
Yes.
It's like wearing a pager on the leg. It's damn jialat one, that one also.
So for 3 years,
Yeah.
you had to wear that.
1 to 3 years,
Yeah.
depends on the conduct.
Yeah.
And every week, Thursday, we have to report to police station. So we can't work because of that. So that beside the point. So after release from prison, so the Yellow Ribbon score give us a letter, easier for us to go and find a job. But no, because I went for quite a few interviews with that letter, and the comment, the recruiter always say that, what if you get angry when we hire you? Will you beat up my workers? What if you start a gang down here? What if you all this shit? So after a few interviews, I it's always head come first and brain people come first. Then I just start to forget about it. Go back to gang.
So you rejoined the gang.
No, I just go back to their activity, start taking drugs, and start to them emo and negative. They say, "Oh, the world don't understand me. I want to turn over new life, but they don't give me a second chance."
Yeah.
That kind of
So it's like a victim
Yeah.
mindset. Yeah.
Yeah. So within 7 months, I was caught with CLD Act. So criminal law detention. So when I was in tagging within 1 to 3 years period, I cannot go back to my own gang area. But the problem is that I stay in the west side, and the whole west side is my gang area. So even I go down to coffee
It's
shop.
illegal.
Yeah, even I go down to coffee shop and eat, it's illegal.
Yeah.
And I can be charged to court 1 to 3 years sentence.
So how?
Charge all.
So no choice, right?
Yeah. So I was charged with go back to all this area to hang around with my friends.
Right.
And then of course drug consumption. So this time is around just 3 years. But this time I don't want to change. No why turning over a new leaf, because they don't give you a chance. Yeah, so for my 2 years in prison, I just rebel. Or normal, no? Join, be with the gang, hang
Within
out.
the prison.
Yeah, don't care anymore. So after that, I released. And then 3 months later, I was caught again for extortion and same thing, CLD Act. Yeah, for 5 years, 9 strokes.
5 years and 9 strokes.
Yeah. The rotan damn painful one. I think
9 strokes though. Wow.
But even 24 strokes also 1 go. No mercy. Yeah.
What was that like?
Like kena banged by a lorry like that. It's we were prepared. Of course all the old birds 老教 in the prison will say, you better do more squatting so your butt is more firm when they can, not so painful. It's all bullshit one.
Still painful.
Painful because they tie us to one wooden structure and cover us, only left our butt down there. And then the guy that the caner, they all damn fit one. They go to gym every day, that kind of No, okay, that's already very scary. But before me was one foreigner worker. You know what? Foreign worker when they kena cane, they shout very loud, "Ama, Ama!" Then I was behind. They said, "Wow, really that painful, man?" Then when it's my turn, it's like the first stroke is really like kena banged by a lorry, and we cannot see.
Oh, so you did not even know that's coming.
Yeah.
Wow.
And every stroke they will wait for at least 30 seconds because the second one come. And then my back, although I got 9 stroke, but the line is always only
the same.
3 stroke.
Right.
So it's repeated 3 on one.
So it's very deep and it keep cutting raw against the wound.
And then we go back to the cell, go back to activity in prison. Chinese, we carry on.
As per normal.
As per normal. So we go back, we sit down.
Cannot show sign of weakness.
Yeah. It's damn painful, you know. When we sit down and eat, that's not the worst part. The worst part is when you stand up. Because the blood dry and then the pen stick onto the wound. And then we need to tear it out. It's like, wow.
In that moment, going through all of this pain, what was going through your mind? Did you promise yourself that you will want to turn over a new leaf and want to give up on this life?
Don't have. Because that point of time is all about acting strong.
Yeah.
All these things.
So you were just fully focused on that.
All the pride, all the honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. War scar, that kind of shit inside the head. Yeah, so the next morning is the worst thing. Because prison don't have seat toilet bowl. You have to squat. That's holding onto the wall and slowly squat down, and the wound just.
How was it like? Did you finally cry, scream,
cannot
shout?
Cry.
Why?
No face. Yeah. So even
and it was so important to you that, you were just fully focused on ensuring that you don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah, even
or
during
your gang.
caning, we cannot make one sound. Not even that kind of. If somebody heard me making that sound, I would just throw out of the gang in prison.
So then how was it like? You served the rest of your sentence and then you came out of prison?
Yeah, so the last year of that sentence, I went to study normal tech. Not normal tech, or rather tech in electronic in prison. Yeah, and got like full cert. GPA 4 is the highest, that kind of.
Amazing. How old were you then?
By then, 20 plus. Already. Yeah, with that tech cert also no point already.
So after that, you graduated, you did well, you had a cert?
So one of our cohort released first and worked for electronic semiconductor company as an assistant supervisor. Salary is $850
a month.
How to survive? So what's the point of getting that cert?
So what do you do?
I think during the last 3 months of my sentence, I received a news that to go out of the prison for 2 hours. So I don't know where I go. So
and you don't know what it was for?
Yeah, so they just handcuff, just go out. And then they bring me to hospital. And then I saw my dad lying on the bed. And then they say that my dad have last stage lung cancer and spread everywhere already. So don't have much time. Yeah. So at that point of time, my dad still can talk. But keep repeating because you don't know what it's all the past repeating. They say, need to be good boy, you need to be good boy. Don't join a gang, need to be good boy. But I was quite taken aback. I don't know what to do. Then after that, I go back to prison. Try not to think of it. And then I joined Pottery Club to do pottery because rather than staying in the cell 23 hours, why not go do something to forget about all this again escape, hide, don't want to face reality. So 2 weeks after that visit, I go out again. This time is my father week. So wherever we go out of prison, we have to handcuff, leg cuff, and then wear overall like jumpsuit like mass murderer like that. I only do extortion, man. And then at the wait, there's relative, friends. Wow, is damn embarrassed. I was quite sad, but not so sad. It's more on that
Yeah.
carved,
The image of
the
you
image in
all carved
yeah.
in your prison uniform.
Yeah. So when I go back to prison, I start to think like for so many years in gang, all this glory, gang leader, fighter, one people whack how many people, jump down, all this. It's not honor anymore. It doesn't make sense to me anymore. It's like, wow. When you lost somebody, no matter what you do, even you cry, you shout, you go inside lifetime sentence or do something, you never get to see him again. Never.
You can't bring back the day.
The feeling of never, when it arrives, it hit you just like, I don't know how to explain that. It's just, I cannot take it. Yeah. We always want to go home. I think go home is to have a simple dinner with my father and say sorry, but I don't have a chance to say that anymore. And so I start to reflect on my past and present. Yeah. Inside prison during my last 3 months.
How was your journey with pottery, and how did that play a part in your journey towards redemption?
I think pottery, like when it's so quiet and do something repeating, thoughts will keep replay in the mind. That's how I came across it when I was doing inside prison, and then a lot of past memories arise, and because I have a clearer mind, I look at my old me, it's like, wow, them bastard assholes, yeah, doing all these stupid thing that no meaning to the society, no contribution to the family. Then I start to relate my life, my future to pottery. It's like, if you put in effort, a pile of mud can become a beautiful piece of art.
Wow.
And if we can think of others, you'll be a useful functional item. And so I suddenly found my future.
Wow.
In prison.
This was in prison.
Yeah.
When you were in prison, you created the Chinese junk vase.
Yeah.
How was that symbolic to your journey then?
The boat on top of us is like a path for us to sail across to the other side, from the suffering to the happiness. But that's quite naive because haven't go to art school yet. What that time I was just thinking that the vast is like storm sea with a lot of suffering. Hopefully there's a boat will bring us across. Yeah. That was my childish idea.
And you attended LaSalle. And how did that transform your journey?
Very, very interesting journey.
Yeah.
Because I quite hardworking, not quite talented or good, just hardworking in pottery. Because of my past want to fight character. So pottery I also want to do a bit different. When people trying to make perfect, I just want to be different. So after I released from prison, Yellow Ribbon invited me to do a demo pottery doing their art exhibition. So I went there, do demo, showing. Then there's one lady, a group of people that came and introduced themselves. Then one of them happened to be Mrs. Tharman. I don't know who is Mr. Tharman at that.
Back then,
I don't know who is the Mr. I don't know president. Because Abing what? Who cares? They say, oh, my husband is an MP in Taman Jurong. Since you are staying in Taman Jurong, why don't you come and help us? Then that first thing is that, no, people always ask, oh, you are ex-offender, but nobody ever asks, can you come and help us?
Wow.
It's like, so they straight away put our position in on top, not below zero anymore. It's like straight away just bring. So it's time you need to contribute. So you're telling me that I'm a useful person. I said, wow. So I said, okay, next Monday I will go. So the following Monday I wear shirt. Paiseh what got angkong what, and then need to go like MP like that. Then a bit weird like that. Then I go there. So they train me to be an interviewer. So we sit down there, resident come, then you just ask, just be yourself, talk, then just talk, sim dai ji, I know. You know, as a Abeng, we always very friendly one. Wherever we go, we ask people, can we help you? No?
Yeah.
But instead of that kind of command or language, right, we cannot pronounce properly or say, what, got problem or not? That kind of, but people misunderstand us. Actually, we wanted to help one. We got very kind heart one.
Yeah.
So we just translate that and use that in the Meet the People session.
So that was also good training ground for you.
Yeah, so instead
practice.
of ask people, got problem or not, we just, how can we help you? That kind of, yeah, so it changed.
Wow.
So, and then there, Mr. Tharman walked to our table and say, how are you? Can you introduce? And then I say, Whye Kee just came out from prison. Nothing to do, so come here and see what can I do. They say, oh, then he said, don't need to wear long sleeve. You can just be yourself. Yeah. So the next Monday.
How did that make you feel when he looked you in the eye and told you that you can be yourself?
It's different from all this. Again, at that point of time in prison, that we went through all this rehab program, counseling program that confirming that we are sick. You know, in order to be rehab, first we need to be sick.
Yes, you need to be diagnosed
as sick. But from Tharman, it's different perspective. They look at us as
a human being.
Human being, Singaporean. No, in prison say, they always ask, what is your trigger point of anger or drug? So if you next time meet this, you try to avoid, try to siam. It doesn't make sense. It's like forever sick. And then they tell us, drug addict is a lifetime recovery journey. It's bullshit. How can we? So before we take drugs, there's no recovering what? So if you're telling that we need a lifetime, so we will never recover from drugs addiction. Yeah. So after meeting Tharman, it changed. Everything just changed.
Wow.
They never look at our past. They look at how our strong point, how to make use of that to help the resident. That's all they are looking at. Nothing else.
And that gave you hope and possibility that you can be so much more than you were.
I think is yes, and changed my perspective of the head of society, the head of unfairness. All of a sudden, actually, society is not so hateful. Yeah. People are not so judgmental.
Yeah. And so after that, you started to also serve in the grassroots.
Yeah, as a volunteer, I never joined grassroots because for so many years in grassroots helping, I never joined PAP, never joined PA. Yeah, because I want to serve as a volunteer, ex-offender. Yeah.
And also I know that in Mr. Tharman's recent presidential election, you were one of his 8 Assenters. He asked you to come back to support him. What was that? Yeah, tell us about that.
I was going through a difficult time last year. I for some reason I become homeless and no home in Singapore, no house. I have to stay overseas because it's cheaper, and obviously it's Malaysia. But the thing is that in Malaysia, we only can stay there for 30 days max.
Then you have to come back.
But we cannot come back one day and go back again because the custom I kena a few times already. So first time we don't know what. Stay there for 29 days, come back one day, then go back again. Hopefully still got 29 days. So first time
They let you. Yeah.
Then the second time they say, cannot like that. So you stay in Malaysia for 2 weeks, you need to go out for 2 weeks. Then I was like, I got no
home.
But I also cannot tell them I'm staying in Malaysia. And so I have to go Batam, I have to go. So yeah, face through a lot of things. It's like when you're homeless and you're overseas, what if you get sick? What if you need help? There's no place like home. Yeah. So I stay overseas and work in the tea farm in Japan for 2 months. All this just to get by. So and then July or around July like that last year, then I received a message from them asking me whether I can come back and help them in their campaign. I said, of course, it's an honor.
Yeah.
And they asked me whether I can be one of the Assenter. I have to go and Google what is Assenter. I don't even know what is it. And
I would too. Yeah.
And even after I Google, I don't even understand what is it.
But you agreed already.
I said, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Shoot first, ask later.
Shoot first, ask later.
Yeah. So I come back, stay in some shitty hotel. So during the campaign, before the campaign, there's a lot of meeting about deciding what kind of logo, what kind of poster, what kind of so it's very exciting.
So you were part of all of that.
I just try to be there.
Yeah.
Because I got nowhere else to go.
But still, you were a part of something that was so important.
So every meeting I would just be there.
Show up,
free food,
support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surface, I say support, encourage. But actually I got no place to go, no food to eat.
But still, someone needed you and someone wanted you there with him and his team for such an important milestone of his life.
But I wasn't thinking that's a meaningful journey. It's just
of course.
Just
Showing
join the
up.
fun and show up because he helped me. So it's time for me to
And so what inspired you then to give back and support the at-risk youths today and also to play a part in the Beacon of Life initiative?
It got to do with going home. Going home is something so simple but very difficult for youth at risk and underprivileged family. Going home, where home is not a home. For a lot of youth at risk or underprivileged, I wouldn't say it's their fault. It's just like, teenagers trying to be acting like an adult. So we don't tell me what to do, don't teach me what to do, that kind. I went through that phase. I bear consequences of getting rebellious. And because I want to go home after I turn over a new leaf, going home, having dinner with your family is something so rare. And happily is something, when you have dinner with your mother or father, they'll just scold you or nag, every day after work, they nag about their work, say, just now I do cleaning, the boss asked me to come, I'm so old already, that kind of nag. it super frustration. You know, I need to do pottery, I need to do this, I need to do that. But then and then on top of that, my mother come and help to clean the place. But then she will nag. And then I'll do back with the nag. Then my sister come in for work, nag about the boss, nag about the work, nag about this, nag about that. It's wow shit man, spare me lah. One fine day, after I was homeless the last whole year, and I came back and stay at my sister's house, I become matured. And I start to understand why I volunteer so much, help so much. Because when I was homeless, no, the one thing that I thought is go home to have dinner or a meal with my parents. Is even the opportunity, the chances of having them neck is joyful. It's not about them. It's not about negative. It's about having your loved one with you. I don't know how to explain that. It's something that we need to treasure before.
Don't take for granted.
Yeah, don't take for granted. You'll be gone one day. You'll be gone, and not just one day, any moment. Yeah. Just that because we haven't lost something yet, we don't appreciate. But once we lost it, it's too late. Yeah. So I held a lot of youth fairies. We always set out ground rules, you know. Every time, usually the first session we may say, don't call me uncle, call me uncle, I whack you. It's like so we all become brothers. You know the thing, friends, brothers, we open up.
And you just speak their lingo, win them over.
So when you are brothers, we open up. Then we understand. Then we can help them. If they are counselor, they are mentor, they are teacher, they will never open up to you because there's always a gap. A gap between a shirt, a tie, but they are just wearing t-shirt, playing soccer.
Is there an example of a life of an at-risk youth that you have impacted?
A lot actually. One of them is graduated from university now.
Wow.
NTU, NUS,
Wow.
Anger issue. A lot of them. It's just that no, it's not about telling them what is good, what is bad. Youth don't listen to you.
So what is it?
It's about influence them with our action. Because that's the time when they idolize.
Or have a role model to look up to.
Because they don't have a role model. So we become their role model.
Right.
And it's super difficult to live up to be their role model. There's too many things that we cannot do, and there too many things we have to do.
So how do you balance that?
Cannot balance, right? It's always struggling.
It's always like struggling,
if you have 20 youth fairies with you and go out to coffee shop and order 20 Milo Peng, it's already $32. How to afford? We haven't counted the food in. So even we have a funding, we have a board at the point of time, for my personal view again. Every time after soccer training, we bring them to eat KFC, McDonald's. You know, for poor family, going to KFC or going to McDonald's is luxury. So for 5 days in school, they watch their student, their classmate, their schoolmate go to McDonald's and study because they got money to buy food. They don't have. They got no money. So after we go soccer training, after we win a match or lose a match, what's the best place to go? McDonald's, KFC. And then the board elder say, if you've been to hawker center, it only costs $3 for kids. But you go to KFC, it's $5 for a Happy Meal or whatever shit. So we have all this struggling with all this. Here we are helping, there you're
complaining.
All this shit.
It
doesn't make sense.
It's hard.
Yeah.
So you still show up, you spend time with them.
Yeah.
Just be their friend.
Pay with my own money. So we have struggle with the top, the below, and then myself.
Yeah, wow. Well, kudos to you for, still really spending time with the youths, investing in them.
Because I lost something that I cannot have again. I lost my father. I don't want the kids to go through that path.
If you could go back in time and redo anything or undo anything, would you? And could you?
It's difficult.
Mm,
You get me?
yeah.
Yeah. No matter what I do, he's still a gambler. No matter what I do, he will still run away.
Mm,
But the thing is that he's still my father.
mm, yeah. You know, over the years, Whye Kee, you have also honed your craft and developed a true passion for the arts and for pottery. How has your understanding of art and pottery evolved over the years?
After I graduate from LaSalle, that's the prime period, you know. I'm a
Yeah.
mature student, so I graduate with a second upper class degree. It's like damn hot shit like that. Because for Hokkien Abeng go inside from Kanina to what the fuck. And then it changes my status, everything. Can say one. But I choose to stay back because the kid was still at risk. So you need at least 5 years with them for them to accumulate some better habits. So after I graduate, I stay back, continue to
You
run.
choose to stay back.
How can you let go of your brothers or your kids? Yeah, you have, it's a decision.
In LaSalle.
Yeah. So after I graduate, I stay back at Tharman, keep helping the kids. So after a few years, I got nothing left. You know, who the hell want to help you when you have a criminal record and the worst criminal record, detained without child? You can't even be a security guard. And then I got no portfolio. What can I tell them? What can I write in my resume? I volunteer in grassroots, help a lot of family, help a lot of kids. So what? Company is about profit. Who cares about how many people you help? Yeah, so I got one choice left, which is pottery. So I started out my own company, Soul Pride company. So my first series of work is teaware. Because I do a research on pottery pricing, on
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
It's like offensive. I want to say that I'm not an artist. I make useful items. So, but it's not against artists, but to show that, because pottery is me.
Yeah.
I want to show
It's
as
an
a
expression of
useful
you.
person. So my pottery had to be useful, functional.
Yeah.
So I do research and then I think tea got no people do what? Teaware. So I start do teaware. You know, when you graduate from art school, you don't talk about the craft, you don't talk about the technique, you talk about the appearance of the artwork and you bullshit about it. You know, that's what we learn in art school. We talk about, this is
The story.
the reason
behind-
why I like blue, I like this is because I see the sky, then my relationship with the space. Yeah, so my first open house, of course, friends and relatives will come and buy because support.
Yeah.
But then it also raised awareness of a lot of local tea drinker. You know, somebody finally made tea ware. So
Yes.
then they come and then look at the tea and say, shit, sucks. Then they say, your teapot is too big, your teacup is too big. And then your pouring not nice. I was quite taken aback. It's like, I spent so much time research on writing bullshit, yet cannot. So I start to listen to them.
The feedback.
It's a habit I learned from Mr. and Mrs. Tharman during all this grassroots thing to know whether it's offensive. Again, it's from my perspective.
Yeah.
You know, when residents come and receive help, sometimes they have LV bag, sometimes they wear gold chain, and then they ask for financial assistance. You know what is, how to say, unbelievable is that they don't look at all these things. And they straight away ask, what is your problem? How can we help to solve your problem? No, normal people will look at you.
So they don't judge.
What the hell you take a LV bag and you can sell your bag what? You can sell your gold.
Yeah.
They don't judge. It's quite unbelievable. No, we think that surface, no, they try to act gentleman and talk like, wow, they help everybody, they are the leader of the world.
But you have witnessed
But
and
on the ground,
experienced that.
it's a real thing. They really don't judge.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you were inspired by them.
Yeah. So they teach me, they share with me a lot of things. They don't really tell me what to do, but they tell me what can I do. It's very different. And so from there I learned not to judge. We don't know what's going through in the other person world, you know. Maybe that's the bed that the late husband buy for her. Maybe that's the gold that the grandmother passed to her. Why their account got $5,000 and need to apply for financial assistance. But you know, old people, they need to have cash because for rainy days. Yeah, so we start to really
Understand.
look beyond that.
Wow.
It's really heart to heart talk already. So so with that kind of
Attitude.
accumulate through these years, to actually it changed changed me. My whole character changed. Yeah.
Amazing.
I start to listen, I start to appreciate, I start to treasure. So all these tea people come to my place and critique my artwork. I accept because they're not buying what. There must be a reason why they don't want to buy what. So they tell me, then they bring their price tea, their price teapot, their price teacup and told me how can shape material influence tea. And so I learned from them and so the next open house, they become my client. So they come and
because
buy.
you improve and you use their feedback to create better products.
Yeah, so from there, I start to understand. Don't talk about whether is it a art or a craft. It's about thinking for others.
Wow.
It's, you know, artists, we have this ego that my art is my color. I do so much research. I write a thesis about my art. This art should be great. Yeah, but have you ever think of others? How others look it? Don't have what? The thing is that we don't live alone in the society. We live with everybody else. So I start to think about how other people hold the teacup, how the rim touches our lips, everything. Then I start to travel around the world to study about different kind of technique, how to make spout that doesn't drip, how to make lid that never fall off when we do pouring. Yeah, all this doesn't, you know, you don't go to Japan or go to Chaozhou and say, I come to learn from Singapore. It's bullshit. They don't teach you anything.
Yeah.
You have to buy a lot of stuff from them until they think, oh, you're the supporter. Then they will share with all this technique. Yeah, so I keep traveling to a lot of tea and pottery culture area to learn.
Wow.
Yeah.
And with all the wisdom that you have gained, Whye Kee, what do you think makes a good ceramic?
Journey, creativity.
Yeah.
It doesn't then great idea fall from the sky because we think never sleep at night. It doesn't work this way. We have to plan. So in order to create a series about lake, about mountain, we have to go and walk the mountain along the lake every day for a few months until we're sick of it and you still need to walk. So when we do pottery, all this will come out. So the thought process have to plan every day.
Wow.
Yeah, so we talk about forest, we talk about jungle, we have to go cycling to the park every day to go and look at tree, look at the river, look at how all these things have it become my journey. So pottery have become my life.
What do you love most about pottery?
When people buy it.
What's the second best thing about pottery?
When people buy two.
No, but honestly, you know, Whye Kee, like, what has...
That's practical, what?
Of course. And it's true that I love the real talk. It's true.
Yeah.
And that aside, beyond that, has that changed you and molded you as a person?
There's a lot of pride inside pottery making when people buy it and say, oh, when you do this cup, it's suitable for oolong tea because it bring out the aroma, and the other cup have rougher clay, and therefore it have trigger more body of the tea. So when people buy it and use it, they say, it's real one. And they talk about how why does it make sense? You know, why then there's a lot of research. It's like why tea have body,
Yeah.
why tea have aroma. The thing is that you have to be 100% sure about it, study about it, and then make it to prove it.
Wow.
So when I can prove it, and people can experience and say yes, that's the joy.
Wow.
Of pottery.
You know, you gifted me this so kindly at the beginning before we started. Tell me about
Marketing
this.
ma.
Sure. No, but
No,
Whye
just
Kee.
kidding.
No, I really appreciate. But Whye Kee, tell me about this cup that you created.
It's our local clay from my teacher used to collect them in the 70s, 80s from Tampines quarry when they used to dig sand from the quarry to build HDB houses. And this clay is very, very, very me. They used to create our signature water container where our grandparents used to store water in a kampong and bathe. No, when we were a kid, we go to our grandparents' house and the water damn cold.
Yeah.
And a lot of large flower pot in the 70s, 80s, 90s. So during mid-90s, my teacher, the Sam Wee Kwang Pottery, they were asked to leave their dragon kiln, and so they have no choice within 1 month notice. So all these leftover or haven't unfired pieces, they have to crush them and to store them. Hopefully in future people will notice and buy them. So they move to the other side. They don't have the dragon kiln. They don't have the kiln. They cannot make water container, and there's no more made in Singapore product. No more folk art. No more pottery art.
Wow.
Anymore.
It's almost like extinction.
Every country we go, there's pottery made in that country.
Local pottery.
Yeah. Or rather there's local product except us. So I relate, we were one in pride, glory, then crush, and then now have a chance to be reborn again, to make it into something useful and beautiful.
Wow. So powerful.
That's what I love about this clay.
Wow. What do you think was the most important decision that led to the turnaround of your life and the story of redemption for your life?
Wow. A lot of people think, either with spiritual, one day in the darkness, the light hit, then I'm safe. For me, I don't know, I never changed, I think. 10 years imprisonment never changed my rebellion character. I always rebel. So in prison, even as gang culture, so after I go to my father's way, I start to wake up and I say, why not against the gang culture? So one fine day, I just go down to the yard and tell the other gang, say I want to quit gang.
Yeah.
I say, just fuck it. I want to be alone now.
Yeah.
So from that day onwards, damn lonely. Because I love to play basketball, I love exercise. So every day 5 on 5, right? After that day, even they 4 on 4 or 4 on 5, they also don't want me to play. So I every day go to one person sit at the corner. But outside we think, wow, this guy damn turning over new leaf, strong determination, perseverance. But it's different story. Inside me, I feel that, wow, damn shook because I can against all of them. When everybody follow gang culture, I start to stop following. So I love that kind of underdog.
Yes.
I don't care.
Yes.
Just want to rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that sense, you channel it for good.
Yeah, so
You channel it differently now.
we run it the same as Become Alive and Become Alive Academy in the past. So we still have that fighting spirit.
Yeah.
We still have that gang structure. Everybody is called brothers. We share our problem. We fight together. Just that different direction.
Yeah.
Instead of fighting for the gang, we fight for our family. We fight for the club.
Amazing. That's beautiful. So it's not like you lost anything within you, but you really channel all of that energy into more positive impact. Whye Kee, what are some of the internal battles that you face personally when trying to walk a new path and embrace this new journey?
No friends. Loneliness. It's like the last time after I came out from prison, you know, Friday night, Saturday night, you go for a movie.
Yeah.
I go alone for many Saturday, many Friday. I feel that I don't know. I don't have people to speak to. No, even you have friends like the grassroots Tharman. They all is like this different level. How can I tell them that? Hey, you got $20 or no? I got no money. Or next Friday, Captain America coming out. I want to go and watch. You know, you cannot tell them that they cannot go to cinema and watch movie. What?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all this free time is lonely time for me. Yeah. So this is the thing that. But the thing is that a lot of things will trigger when we are free and nothing to do. Like we see people take drugs. Yeah. All this will come out. How to overcome it is we need to constantly put our parents, our loved one in our heart. No, our heart is only this size. And so it's about me, myself, and I, this size. So if we put in my mother, my heart will be this big. If we put my sister, my heart will be this big. And if we put in the senior, the boys, the underprivileged, our heart will be that big. So wherever we face loneliness, we face trouble, we face addiction, this thing will come first. So it will be this big, this time around. Yeah. So it's a practice I usually do when I got nothing to do now.
If you could give an advice to young Whye Kee, 15-year-old Whye Kee, what would you say to him?
Go home. Yeah, I think go home.
Yeah.
All of us work so hard outside, study so hard. Not because you want to buy a house, because you want to go home. Yeah. You know, imagine when we were young time, our parents cook our favorite food. It's about going home.
Yeah. Is there any last words of advice or wisdom that you want to share with those of us who are listening to you and your story?
I lost so much thing in my life that I can be a full certificate counseling because grew up in a broken family, join gang, take drugs, divorce, homeless, sick when I was young. So many bad things that can happen to any human. I already kena all. Why am I still alive and why am I still here? It's about treasuring. We don't look surface. You know when we always like surface, and we always jump into conclusion why these people do that, why these people so angry, why they whack email and want to reply immediately, that kind. Look beyond that. Just look at their heart. Don't look at their mind.
If you could write a story, or if you could write a book on your life and the chapters of your life,
then
what do you think the title would be?
Go home. Yeah, go home is very important.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Whye Kee, for
Richard,
sharing your journey with all of us. For those of us who want to find out more about your pottery, your work, your upcoming exhibitions, where can we follow you?
Well, now marketing already, right?
Go for it.
No, just kidding. I think you can just follow Instagram,
Yeah.
Facebook on Qi Pottery, QI Pottery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.